Milwaukee and Boston last night. Started off great for the Celtics. They led by 8 points after one quarter. They've led after the first quarter in all 4 games of this series. But in 3 of the 4, as we've seen, it has not stayed that way. They trail now because of Giannis. He became the second player in Bucks playoff history with 35 and 15 in a playoff game. The other, you may have heard of him, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He did most of his damage in the paint, 26 of his game-high 39 there, 13 of 16 in the paint, and 7 more from the free throw line. He's been unstoppable. Here's his coach.
It's hard to find the words, what he does for our team. I think both ends of the court. He's so multifaceted, multidimensional, attacking in transition like a point guard, finding guys. I think, the kick out to Brook was a huge 3. His assists are huge. He gets to the free throw line. He's made 2 threes again tonight. He's just doing everything. And certainly don't want to take him for granted. His teammates appreciate him, the coaches, myself. He's special, but he's very hungry. He wants more, and he's playing that way.
Tell you who else has noticed, and that is one Irvin Magic Johnson, who tweeted Giannis Antetokounmpo, a.k.a. the Greek Freak, is showing the whole league why he's such a special player, scoring 39 points to lead his Bucks to a 3-1 lead over the Celtics. He will be dominating the NBA regular season and playoffs for many years to come. And here's the point I'd like to make on this, and that is we've been saying for some time now, he's maybe the most gifted player in the league. He may be the most gifted player we've ever seen. But in my opinion, to become a superstar, you've got to do it in this month.
Correct.
And he's doing it right now. I believe he is becoming a superstar in the NBA right before our eyes right now.
Absolutely. And he's going to win a regular season MVP, in my opinion, and making people around you better. That's a key in this series. Their bench was plus 25.
Yep.
Guys like Pat Connaughton coming in, getting double-figure rebounds. That allows the Greek Freak to now continue to attack. And when he does, he continues to put pressure on the defense to collapse it. And at some point, you're going to leave 3-point shooters open, and he's unselfish enough to kick it out and share the basketball.
Yesterday, I said my top 3 players in the NBA were Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, and LeBron James. And I didn't have Giannis in that conversation because I wanted to see what Giannis was going to do in the playoffs. If Giannis continues to play this way in the playoffs, he will be in that top-tier category by the time it's all said and done.
What about that guy with the beard? He's pretty good, too.
James Harden is good. Is he top 3 in the league? Are you putting him top 3 in your NBA league? Top 3
I don't
players
know.
in the NBA. You said it, not me.
I'm just saying, as we move along, let's see what happens in the rest of the postseason. But that's how you evaluate.
But to your point, at this point of the year, there are levels to this. So they're all-star players. They're all NBA players. So if you look at guys like the Joker, Dame Lillard, Joel Embiid, and Kyrie, they're all NBA. The guys that you're talking about, Greek Freak, James Harden, KD, Steph, Kawhi,
they're up here.
They're MVP caliber players. And that's at this point of the year, a year that you're describing, where they separate themselves from everybody else.
There isn't anything he can't do. I mean, you think about it. I thought Coach made a great point. He rebounds the ball, you're in transition. And when you're in transition, he's either getting to the basket and finishing, or he's getting to someone who's open. Defensively, he can guard anyone. And you can put the ball in the middle of the floor, he's going to make a play. He's impossible to keep out of the lane. He scores in the paint on the perimeter, defensively protects the rim. What doesn't he do?
You love and respect this game because he knows who he is. And I think that's, when I'm watching Giannis, I'm looking at him play and I'm saying, this guy knows what type of basketball player he is. He wants to get to his spots. He's not trying to do anything throughout a game to be anybody different than who he is. His length, his ability to get to the rim, his ability to beat people off the dribble and play defense. He's a stopper.
Is it possible the only way to stop him is to put you out there or someone who looks like you and just start beating him up? Guys, seriously, I don't mean that joking around.
You have to load up.
Someone's got to do something because you can't stop him. And the only opportunity I see is to try and get as physical as he can.
It's also about the personnel that they've surrounded him with now. You're getting guys like Mirotic, getting other guys that can space out the floor, Brook Lopez. Now you can't because you can't load up because they're a 3-point shooting team.
Your shot selection's got to be good against Milwaukee to beat them. If you have good shot selection, all of a sudden you have good floor balance, and you can set your defense, at least keep them in front, and then set your defense in the half court. You take a bad shot and you turn it over, he's out in transition, they're getting open shots.
And also in this era of analytics, people have fallen in love with the 3-point shot, and rightfully so. But the highest percentage shot in basketball are layups and dunks.
Yes.
And that's what he continues to get. They were plus 22 on points in the paint. That's huge for a team when you're playing on the road.
But back to my point, almost all of those, it feels like, are on transition dunks. As when he gets out in there, they got to make better. Boston's got to take better shots.
Boom,
make their shots,
and
then someone has got to knock Giannis down.
Gee, what you're talking about playing physical though? Here's the thing: Giannis is physical. People look at his body type. He's not built like Kevin Durant. If you look at Giannis, when he flexes after he makes a play, he's in the weight room. And here's the other thing too with him in basketball. If I'm a guy coming out and I see Giannis and the way he's playing, I have to do everything to make him work every single possession. You have to try to grind Giannis from the time the ball is tipped to the end of the game. Because if he gets comfortable, he's going to destroy.
That's hard to do because when he rebounds the ball, you cannot contain him. You've got to contain him with your defensive transition. You take a bad shot, you turn it over, he's dominating the game.
You make it a half-court game, and if you're coming from the weak side, you know he's going to drive left and spin to come back to his right. You have to blitz him.
But you can't make it a half-court game when your point guard is ball dominant.
There you go.
He's taking 22 shots
Personnel
in one game and making 7. He's taking 22 shots in another game and making 8. Now all of a sudden, the long rebound that basically Coach Bud was talking about, Giannis now gets, and he's off in transition.
Game 1, they did that.
Yeah, it's exactly right. All these things are sort of interdependent, and it becomes the perfect storm. And right now, Giannis Antetokounmpo is dominating the Boston Celtics. Meanwhile, our coverage of the conference semifinals will roll on Thursday. 2 more Game 6s on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and on the ESPN app. We got Raptors, Sixers at 8 Eastern, then Nuggets, Blazers. Right now, both those series are tied at 2 games apiece. NBA Countdown will get all the action started at 7 o'clock Eastern time, so we're looking forward to all of that. All right. This is going to be fun. Jalen, get over here because this is right up your alley.
Okay. OBJ.
Last night was the Met Gala, which is a huge fashion event in New York City, and everyone pays all the attention in the world to how everybody is dressed. A lot of sports people were there. This is Odell Beckham. What do we think?
He looks like Roddy. He looks like Roddy Piper.
I don't understand this.
I mean, it's different though.
I don't understand the size of the soles on the boots. Like it's not.
It's short cats trying to be taller.
I like the short sleeves though. I mean, I don't know about.
People don't wear outfits anymore. They wear costumes.
But here's the thing.
All right, how about Saquon?
Oh my goodness. You can't do that when you got big legs.
I think the big legs are what makes it go up.
No, not with the little shoes.
I think that's your own insecurity, Big
Not with the little
Come on,
shoes.
man. Not with the little shoes.
There's rules.
There's
still rules to the game.
Big thighs and size 8 shoes.
I'm not rolling. It looked 1950s to me.
All right, let's bring in some of the couples here. How about D-Wade and Gabrielle Union?
Always on point.
Yeah.
Always on point.
Yeah, they on point.
Look like twins.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
The movie Boomerang. Boomerang. Remember the model that
you two. Why aren't we at the Met Gala? I gotta be y'all +1, but why y'all can't give me?
How about Tom and Giselle?
Look,
Tom. Come on,
that's cheap.
I've been telling people for a decade. She's the secret to the Patriots' success.
She is, man.
He takes less money. They build out their roster. That's why the top 6 quarterbacks, pay scale wise, were watching the playoffs, and he was winning the Super Bowl.
Randy, my daughter loves Barbies. That's how they look. They look
How about
just
that?
like that.
How about Serena?
Beautiful.
She's a boss.
She's
a boss.
Angelic.
Transcendent.
What comes to
What
mind.
you're not seeing, by the way, is that she was wearing kicks, too. She was wearing sneakers. You don't see it in that shot. One more. A-Rod and J-Lo.
Too much beauty. Hey, Rod, have a little.
Too much beauty.
Hey, Rod, have a little spice to the fit, though. I mean, you're in a cocktail jacket.
What do you think?
They're arguably my favorite celebrity couple.
I like it.
Yeah?
Arguably,
I love them.
I like Gabby.
I like the
and
fit,
Sway.
though.
I like it very much.
You notice he stepped up and put a ring on it, huh?
Big night. All right,
Put a ring on J-Lo.
A-Rod.
I
is
would.
the Kyrie era over in Boston after another tough night? Will we ever see him in that gym on the home team again? The answer,
You better put a ring on J-Lo finger.